you stocking up on preps? If you're not, you should be. Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about stocking up on preps, obviously. I've been saying for a little while to expect prices of products to start increasing, and I've focused mainly on food because that's where I see one of the biggest increases. I'm already seeing it. I'm seeing more increases coming in the near future. But prices all across the board for general products, they're going to go up. And a lot of it's due to the massive amount of spending being done by the government. You start printing money to the extent that our government is, and the more you have of something, the less value it holds. It's just simple economics. I mean, it's basic. The more you have of a given item, the less it's worth. And if we continue to spend trillions and trillions of dollars printing trillions of dollars out of thin air, it's only going to result in a lower dollar value and requiring more money to buy the same things that we always buy. But to that point, there was an article on CNBC, and I'll try to include it in the description for this video. Kimberly-Clark has announced that beginning in June, they're going to raise the price of their products in North America primarily by the mid to high single digits. What does that mean? That means 4 to 5 on up to 9%. It could be anywhere in that range. And I believe it's going to be well above 5%. But that increase is supposed to take effect in June. So that's just a couple of months away. Now, what does Kimberly-Clark make? They make a lot of things. They're very broadly diversified in their manufacturing. But they make Kleenex. They make feminine hygiene products, toilet paper, cleaning wipes, baby wipes, diapers. They make a whole wide range of products that people buy every day. And my son is older now. He's a teenager. But back when he was a baby, diapers were expensive then. They're even more so now. And if you have a baby, this is going to be bad news for you, because that's going to get even more expensive. To that end, I think Procter & Gamble, I haven't been able to confirm this one. I confirmed the Kimberly-Clark increase. That was an article on CNBC. I believe Procter & Gamble has been talking about increasing their prices as well. I haven't found any article or anything to support that or to corroborate that. But if they do, they make Pampers, they make paper towels, toilet paper, Puffs type Kleenex, facial tissues, and other products. General Mills has come out and said that they will raise the price of their products in the coming month. Now, I found that in the same article with the Kimberly-Clark announcement. I couldn't find anything that stated how much they were looking at increasing their prices or when it was going to take effect. It was just a very vague increase coming in the coming months. Now, this goes back to what I've been saying all along, and what most people in the prepping community have been saying all along. You need to prep. You need to stock up for when things do get really tight. The benefit to that is that you have these items on hand if there's an incident like with the COVID where there were runs on the store, supply chains were interrupted, products weren't available. You would have that if you've prepped properly. But the other side of that, the other benefit to that, is that if you have these products on hand now, it's almost like buying them on sale. You know there's going to be a price increase. You buy them now when they're cheaper. That saves you a little bit money further down the road. Now, it won't save you a ton. I mean, unless you go out and buy like truckloads of stuff, it's not going to save you a fortune. And there's a limited amount of savings there, because as you rotate your preps in and out, you're eventually going to have to replace it with more expensive items. But it does give you a little bit of a grace period with saving some money over the current prices. For example, if I've got like 6 months of toilet paper and the price goes up 5%, well, for the next 6 months, I'm paying essentially 5% less for my toilet paper than what everybody else did. Of course, I've got to turn around and replace anything that I use. But there's a savings there. There's limitations to it. But there is a benefit in that regard. But this all goes back to everything I've been saying about you need to prep, you need to stock up. And all of these products that we use on a daily basis that are not food related, you need to stock up on those. Body wash, soap, shampoo, conditioner, anything like that. Razors for shaving. All those types of products that you use, you need to be stocking up on them. Buy them when they're on sale. Don't buy them when they're most expensive. Try to find deals, buy bulk deals, buy them on sale, and be smart about it. Now with food, this reinforces the fact that you really need, if there's any way possible, you really need to try to develop your own food production. Now, no, you're not going to be able to produce 100% of your food unless you're very fortunate. You've got a lot of land and you've got a lot of resources on that land. You're not going to be able to produce 100% of everything that you're going to consume or need. Now, that being the case, you can produce a lot. And everything that you produce yourself can add to the savings. It's that much more that you don't have to buy at the store. And that money that you save there can go towards stocking up on items that you can't produce yourself. Toilet paper, paper towels, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. So there's a very big benefit to producing your own food. If you can, even if it's just a small little garden, every little bit will help. If you're capable of raising some animals for meat, that's even better, because meat is actually one of the biggest food expenses in people's budgets. Meat is one of the most expensive things you can be buying, and it's getting more expensive. Now, I have enough room on my property where I could raise animals. The problem is, with my work schedule and everything that I've got going on, I don't really have time to take care of them the way that I need to, as far as watering, making sure they're fed, with chickens, letting them in at night, letting them out in the morning, things like that. I just don't have the time to manage all of that. If you do, and if you can produce your own livestock, meat from livestock, that's a great thing, and I highly recommend doing it. For me, I have the space, like I said, I just don't have the time. And I don't want to take responsibility of caring for animals knowing that I'm not going to always be there to take care of them the way that they need to be taken care of. You do not need to take the responsibility of having livestock if you can't take care of those animals. That you do not need to be bringing in livestock that you're not going to be able to feed and water every single day and make sure that they're safe and secure and healthy. But again, just if you can produce any kind of food, do so. Because every little bit that you can produce is that much more that you don't have to buy. That allows you to reallocate the money that would have been spent on that to other places. Now the rainy weather has cleared up over here in my part of the country. I dumped a bunch of amendment on my garden, and then it started raining. The ground stayed constantly wet. I haven't been able to till it in and work all that in. It's starting to dry out. I might actually be able to get out and till that up tomorrow, I think. I'll check the garden today, but I might be able to get out there and till that up tomorrow, work all that in, and actually start planting in the next day or two. So while I can't manage any kind of livestock, a garden is quite a bit easier than livestock, and that's something that I am going to be doing full force, 100% this year. And I'm going all in. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've already invested a bunch of money in amendments for my garden. I've bought a lot of plants. I've got seeds to start other plants. I've invested a lot of time. I've invested in the materials to run a water line to irrigate the garden, put it on automatic irrigation. That will, I think, will help my garden produce more this year, because last year that was one of my major failures. I was constantly being hit with unexpected overtime at work, and I couldn't get home and water the garden. And by the time I did get home, I was exhausted. I would forget about the garden because I had to get inside, cook dinner and all that stuff, all the normal things. And that was just a failure on my part. I don't want that to be a failure for this year. So that is one major project that I've got going on. But yeah, there's a lot of price increases coming. There's a lot that are not being announced, but I foresee some major inflation. And normally with inflation, like I said, I'm not an economics expert. Normally with inflation, you see money, what people are getting paid, increasing along with the price of products. I don't think you're going to see that. Yeah, they were talking about the minimum wage, $15 minimum wage. That's going to be worked in over the next 4 or 5 years, but my company right now, I'm on a pay freeze. We've been working massive overtime to keep up with orders, yet we're not getting any raises this year. They've frozen all pay. So I'm not going to be making any more money. At least not through my day job. So things are going to get more expensive. You need to be ready. Stock up on what you can while it's available. All right, guys, I got to get home and get started on working on some projects. I'm trying to forge out some knives, make a little bit of extra side money, and I got some work to do on my blacksmith shop, getting that build started. I'll have some more videos coming to you as soon as I possibly can. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, watch your six, and I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you later.